Okay, so if you haven't done so, we're going to go through the process of creating a store. So you go to Shopify.com, okay, and there's a start free trial button right here. So I'm going to click this. And right now they're giving you a 90-day free trial, which is really great. So I'm going to create a new store with a new email address. So let's go and do, let's use this one. You want to use your whatever email address is your main one. Oh. Okay. And we're just going to call this test store. And Shopify will tell you if this thing already exists for e-commerce. Oh, I can use that one. Test store for e-commerce. Okay. Create your store. John, and it's going to be with this email. So create the store. Okay, so it's going to create the store. It's pretty quick. Now, this is the back end of your store. This is where you create and do everything with your store. What are you selling? I don't know. We're going to go in and say some stuff. I'm not selling products yet, okay? So, you just... Now I'm just playing around with Shopify right now. I mean, these aren't really... I'm getting started. We don't have to do anything, you know. Let's do... jewelry and accessories, whatever. Are you set up a store for a client? No. So we don't do that. Next. All right, so I'm going to put our information. I don't know why it's got my information like that, my name like that. I can't save like that. Business or personal website. We're not going to use that now. Enter this store is a registered business. Okay, enter my store. So pretty simple so far. Okay. All right, here we go. So now we can start customizing things. And the first thing I want you to do, there's things that you have to do, right? And you have to have a store. You're going to have 90 days for free. You don't have to pay anything for free while you set it up. Hopefully it doesn't take you 90 days. Hope you get it done in a week or two or whatever. But the one thing that you need is to add a domain. Because right now this is the name of your store. And that's not pretty. You don't want the people to see that. So you need to go out and buy a domain. Okay, so what you would do is you would say add domain. And you can pick any name out there. See how that's connected? That's not pretty, right? So you would say change primary domain right here. I'm sorry, let's see. Connect an existing domain. Okay, so here's where we would go to some place like GoDaddy. You can go wherever you want. I'm just going to use a GoDaddy right now. So let's go to GoDaddy.com. Okay. And we're just going to think up names. Find your perfect domain. So we're going to say test store for selling.com. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Okay? But you want it to be a better name than this. Okay, you want it to have to do something. If you're selling jewelry, you want to say jewelry. So I said jewelry. So let's just say jewelry, best jewelry. Probably going to be taken. So. Okay, let's see what happens. It's taken, right? So you can't use that one. Now you could use the orgs and these other ones. So like, but we would say best jewelry. Let's see. Prices. I don't know. Whatever you want. Best jewelry prices. These are not names I would really use. We're just trying to find something that's available. Oh, wow, look at that. No, we don't want to use that. They want, somebody owns it. They want 3,000. Let's say price is 2020, just so we can find something that's available. Okay, so right now, for $1 a month, they sell you this domain. Now, I would suggest you do a plan that also gives you an email, because it's very important, because you want an email that says, like something that says support at bestjewelryprices.com, right? 2020.com, or info, something like that. So you want to have an email. So you need to find a plan that includes an email. And let's see what this one does. Fully private or protected domain and secret one-page website. I don't see them on here, but you can look around and find them. So I would prefer, and you don't want to pay more than a couple bucks a month, okay? Just a couple. So I know one that does it is ionos.com, right there. So they'll give you a domain with an email. So business email, your brand, your email, $1, domain name. So they have bundles that you could go in and look for on this site. Let's look. So let's do, I forgot what it was. Let's just do best jewelry. So this is another one, ionos.com. Jewelry2020.com. Whatever we call it. Okay, available, $1 a year. It should give you other plans down here as well. Let's see. You can add it to cart if we want to. You don't want to add all this other stuff. You don't want to do any of this stuff, right? Because we're just gonna have a name and we're gonna connect it. So whatever we do, let's look back and say email packages. Let's see. Domain. Give me a second. See, this is just to have an email. This is to have domain names. So you just have to go through the site and look. Let's go in here. Let's see what they offer. See packages. There we go. Okay. Basic is one email with a free domain, right? For $1 a month. So you can get a domain and an email for $1 a month. So that's not bad at all, right? $1 a month. So that would work, okay? And you could and you would need to call it info@something.com, whatever, and then you would forward that email to like your normal email, because you're not going to have the ability. Well, you have webmail, but you want to forward the email. So if it's info@something.com, you would send it to whatever your Gmail is or whatever your primary email, you would forward it. And when you go in here, there's a way to forward that, okay? So these are very important. You want a domain and have a domain with an email that matches your store. Is the email 100% necessary? No. It just looks much more professional when you do it with an email that matches your store. So then when you would go in there, you would say, and to connect it, once you bought it, whatever you called it, we would say jewelry sales 2020. I think it's the last one I did. Whatever you call it. And then you would just click next. And if it exists, it will connect it. And that will be your primary name. So now when everybody goes to your store, they will go to jewelrysales2020.com, not this ugly looking thing here, which we don't want. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Start your store, get a domain name, and it's cheap. Okay? It doesn't cost a lot. You don't have to pay a lot to get a domain. Don't pay 10, 15 bucks a month. $1 or $2 a month. That's all you want to pay for a domain and email. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to go look at settings and things that you want to do, and, well, not settings. We're going to go in and try to create the store, because I have another thing on settings itself, okay? So the way we'd go in there is we'd do online store, okay? So we're clicking here in the side panel right there, so you can see, and customize. So I click online store, themes, customize. So we're going to customize your theme. So what's very important is to start getting this right away and doing this as fast as you can. Now, each one of these things in here, sections right here, are going to be over here. So every one of these is a section, okay? Every single one. So what we'd go in here is we would go and we would do a header right here. and we would select an image. So let's do that. We can use free images. Let me upload an image. Let's go to documents, I believe is where I have them. Trying to find it. Oh, it's probably in Shopify clients. Here we go. This is like all the clients that I work with. So, okay. So let's use this logo. So you can go in there, click on that. Right there. And there's your logo. And I would highly recommend you get a logo made, or again, that adds to professionalism. It looks more professional. Okay. We'll go into menu in a minute, because we're going to have to add some things before we can do a menu, and then we could go over here. Let's go over here, and there's a save button, and click save. Okay. So we save that. Now, each one of these are going to have different sections. So let's go back into to show you how to add things in here, because we're going to want to add some collections. So we go back over here. So we're preparing ourselves for products. Okay. So you click on products and you say collections. Okay. So I'm going to create some collections. So the first collection I'm going to create. Okay, let's move this over. Create collection. Okay, so I'm going to do one, say rings. Okay, I'm just going to do it manual. Okay, and save. Okay, go back. Create collection right here. And then I'm going to say watches. I don't know. Just so we can have something. I'm just showing you how you would do this. Manual. And save. Okay. So now we've got some collections created. So with those collections, now I'd go back over here, go back to online store, themes, customize. Now we're going to go back to that top section up here. This is the header section up here, the header. So we're going to go in there, and there's the menu, right? So we can edit the menu. Okay. So see these items in here? Let's add menu item. And we would do from collections, pick rings. Remember, we just created that. So we have a link to rings. Add menu item. Go back down here. Collections. Watches. Called watches. So, wow, cool, right? So, save. Save button. Let's go back. So now, if we go back here, go all the way, we should be able to see a menu up here with those new things added. Rings and watches, see? Pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to load different things inside of here with rings and watches. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this next section. Okay, so let's move this over. So this is the next section right here. And you can hide them right here if you want it. Watch this. Goes away. But we don't want to hide that one. We want that one. So that's your main image. So what I would do is I would go into here, click on that right there, select an image. Now there's a lot of free images. I would recommend if you can find your own images, that's great. If not, free images can work. So let's look at, is there any jewelry? There you go, accessories and jewelry. So we could use some of these pictures. I'd like to have something like really nice. I don't really like that, but we could select it, and that could be your main page. Okay, so I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, I'm not telling you which one to use. I'm just saying how to use it. So you can go down and look at more things. I wish there was more like jewelry. Really don't like it. That's why I say probably get your own images, because I don't like these that much. Let's see. I wish there was like a bunch of different jewelry, like rings. Let's look at this one. Select that. So you see how fast it can change. Select. Okay, so there's the image, right? So there it is. You know, you can say you could use it. So that one could work, right? You've got some glasses, because that's kind of accessories. You could sell glasses too. Okay, now there's image text in here. So here's the alignment. Here's the text. Image with overlay. The heading. Best jewelry at the best prices. Okay, so there we go. And then here's this over here. You know, we offer the finest jewelry. Finest jewelry. You know, just something basic, right? You don't have to do a lot of things. But that's how you go in and edit different things. So we're going to save this. So now you're actually building a store. You're getting there. Okay, so let's go down a little bit and say the next section. We could put this. I don't really like this section per se. It's not my favorite section. So I don't usually use it. I mean, you can, you can't. If not, you can hide it or delete it. Either way. So let's see. I think remove section. So you can remove it. Or you can use it. It's up to you. Or you can just hide it for now. So we can just hide it for now. Okay. So then here's like something like you would do. I don't like to use this one either. It's not my favorite. But it's up to you. You can use whatever rejections. I'm not going to use it. This, for me, I'm just showing you how you would go about building different areas in the store. If you choose to put stuff in here and use and change all these things, that's fine. I don't normally use it, so I'm going to turn that off again. So that is text columns right there, off. I like to go right into featured collections. Okay, so here are different things. So here's where you would do set up different types of products in here. So we would look at feature collections. Let's go back. Feature collection. And we would select a collection. So say we're going to do rings. There's your feature selection. Okay, number of rows, number of things. Now, the problem is we don't have any items yet. So we're going to have to get some items to do this. So this is, I'm going to show you how to do this. It's not going to entirely make sense until we get a little bit farther along, but I'll show you how this works. So I might be doing a little bit of extra things that might seem overwhelming at first, but it'll make sense. So let's stop this for now, and we'll come back with another video on how to add products. Okay, and then we'll continue building the store.